Welcome to my vlog. I'm so excited right now. I haven't vlogged in a very long time, but I really was in the mood for it. I'm feeling very chatty today and I have so many garden updates that I'm excited about. And I was able to get both of my boys down for a nap at the same time. So I thought it would be fun to just come outside and update you and show you everything that's been going on. If you're new to my channel, hello, my name's Samantha. And if you've been here for a while, you might have noticed that I haven't been posting as consistently on my long form content. And I'm gonna try to get better at that. But I do have some life updates that I need to tell you about. I'm actually gonna grab a seat really quick so we can just sit down and chat it up. So everything has been really good. I've just been busy in the garden the last couple days preparing for spring. If you've been around my channel for a while and you were here last year, you know that I had a pretty successful first time gardening adventure. And so this year I really wanted to step it up. I wanted to go, the next level, and I want to grow more. I don't know if you've ever seen those herbalist type cabinets that people have been putting together, like Pinterest board cabinets. I don't want to do exactly that, but it did give me some inspiration to put together my own herbal medicinal setup. And I've seen people doing it with mason jars, and I just think that looks so cute and convenient. Hi, kitty baby. Kitty baby just jumped over the fence to join us. Hi, kitty baby. For that, I wanted to go bigger on my flower garden this year. I did zinnias last year and they were really successful, and I did a lot of wildflowers and it was just so beautiful. So I wanted to just do a little bit more. I did get an organic medicinal herbal seed mix that we're gonna start growing. Our neighbor gave us some free wood. So this weekend, my husband is going to help me put some more beds together. I had started my own little compost pile right over here last spring. It actually turned into a huge pile of compost that I got. And I've already brought that over and filled up my beds as much as I could. And basically with this method, you just fill your beds with really anything dry from outside. So you can use sticks, leaves, dirt, whatever you can get from your backyard. So I basically just raked up all of last year's compost along with all of the fallen leaves from this tree. Now I'm just gonna have to top it off with a few more inches of fresh compost and it's gonna be perfect. And then we have a few more beds that we're gonna be putting over here. I have had issues in the past with pests, but I've learned some Amish tricks and methods. The Amish don't use any pesticides, anything like that. They keep everything 100% natural and they grow so much. I learned it's basically just from the quality of their soil. Compost is very, very nutrient dense. And when you have very nutrient dense soil, you have very, very strong plants that it won't get completely obliterated by pests, if that makes sense. With that being said, let me introduce you to my new greenhouse. Lots of seedlings here. Back with the two big leaves. That is actually cantaloupe. Those are all going to be flowers. Those are our marigolds and our wildflowers. So many hummingbirds come through here and I've never had a feeder. So I got that pretty glass one from Amazon. And then I got my glass bird feeder ready for the birds to come. Last year, for our anniversary, my husband got me this adorable little fountain, but I didn't have a stand for it and I didn't decorate or anything, so it looked really kind of plain and it kind of looked weird just sitting directly on the floor because it was so low. So I decided to get a little table for it and I found that at Dollar General, and then my daughter and I decorated it. I really love the sound of the water flowing. I feel like it really brings a lot of life to our front porch. And then I also decided to bring out our beautiful elephant ear that was in my room. I removed the rugs for now. I'm gonna be deep cleaning them. And I put up my little spring garden flag as well. I have a bunch more seeds that I'm gonna be planting to put in the greenhouse. So I will keep you updated and I'll show you all the new stuff. The new veggie seeds and my new herbal seeds just arrived. So I'm probably gonna finish that either today or tomorrow. I did decide to start babysitting one little boy. He's 3 years old. He's so adorable. And honestly, I was a little worried about it because I wasn't sure how hard it was going to be, you know, managing all of my kids and then another kid. But it has been really, really great. It actually makes it a little bit easier because my young boys are so excited over having a new friend to play with that they're just playing more, worrying less about screen time. I'm happy. It seems like it's working out for everyone so far. The last thing I want to do is get a job with a boss and a schedule. Like literally, I hated it when I did it. I did it for a long time before I became a stay-at-home mom. And I was never a fan. And I know that probably sounds like entitled or whatever, but with like Uber, it doesn't matter. I can do it when I want to do it or not do it if I don't want to do it. My first shift, I worked 3.5 hours and I made $65. And it was really quite fun. And I'm looking forward to doing it more. I've got a big plate of leftovers that didn't get eaten. That's going to be going to the chickens right now. And then I have some Amazon packages that just came. Look at all that good stuff they got. So I decided to sit down and do a haul of all of the things that I bought recently for the garden. I try not to spend too much on things that aren't going to be super useful. So all of these things I really needed and I know are going to help me a lot for this spring and summer. So both of the garden hoses that we had in the front and in the back popped last summer, and I just didn't replace them because I knew I wasn't going to be using them until now. And we had like that slinky kind that gets really small when it empties. And those have benefits, but they just break really easily. And our hoses before that also popped from being out in the sun. So I decided to do a little bit of an upgrade this year. And I went with stainless steel hoses. And I saw these on Amazon when I was looking. And they had really great reviews. So I thought this would be a really good choice for us because I wanted to find something that was going to last us. Something that I discovered over the winter sometime was this really awesome water filter for your garden hose. So this is supposed to filter out toxins and heavy metals, a lot of the stuff that you're going to find in the city water. I was always reluctant to give my chickens the water from the hose. And then also I realized last year when I was watering my vegetables that I probably didn't want to be watering my organic garden with toxic water. I only got this for the backyard because the front yard isn't going to be needing it. And I did order some new seeds. We've got watermelon, zucchini, celery. I'm so excited about the celery because I love my green juice with my juicer. We got bell peppers, tomatillos, which I knew was going to be a great option because my husband makes the best homemade salsa, spinach, heirloom tomatoes, shishito peppers, and of course, more cantaloupe. I love my homegrown cantaloupe. It is unreal. And then, like I was telling you, hi, baby.
How are you doing?
I'm going through all the stuff that I got for the garden. Yeah, look at the hose I got. Isn't that cool? I was telling you earlier, I really wanted to try an herbal medicinal garden this year. So I also went ahead and got a bunch of different herbs. So of course the warmer weather always means bugs and flies. They're gonna get into the house. They're gonna be all over the chicken coop. Last year it got really bad before I realized that I needed to be taking care of that. So I just get these non-toxic fly traps. They hang right up in the chicken coop, and then I'm gonna hang one in their area by the trees. And these really, really help to keep the flies under control. If I don't put them, it can get really bad. So the good thing about this is the bait is 100% non-toxic, and then you can just refill these with more bait and reuse them throughout the summer. You like that?
I love it.
Yeah, for the hose. The last thing I'm going to show you really quick is my brand new compost bin that I got it from Rural King. It has a airtight seal, so I don't have to worry about flies or fruit flies getting in there. I'm just going to keep it right here. Daisy is preparing the fly traps for us, and I'm getting the hoses ready, and then we're going to go outside and set everything up. And I'm about time that I end this video. We're gonna wrap it up and get it edited and posted, but I have a couple garden updates that I want to show you before I sign off. I went ahead and planted all of my herbs, all of the fruits and veggies, and we've got lots of different plants in here. I've got my marigold started, tomato, chamomile, cantaloupe, spinach, bell peppers, watermelon, lavender, cucumber, peppermint, sage, lemon balm, and it looks like the seeds that we started a few weeks ago are growing really nice and healthy. So I think it's all going to be great. We had quite the drama with the greenhouse this weekend. Where I live, I get really big gusts of wind, so I should have been more prepared. I put a heavy brick at the bottom of the greenhouse, but I think that just made it worse because I think the weight took the bottom shelf out and then the whole thing collapsed. This was before I planted my new seeds, and thankfully all I lost was my other seed tray, but it was all the flowers, and I had plenty of flower seeds. I was able to save all of the veggie seeds, so I was really happy about that. But I came out here on Saturday morning and it was completely on the ground. There was dirt everywhere, totally collapsed. I would have vlogged it, but it was actually really upsetting, and I was just like shocked. And the last thing I was thinking was to pick up my camera, but my husband managed to strap it down for me, so it's really, really sturdy now and secure, and that's definitely not going to happen again. So I'll keep you updated on how the seeds are growing. Planters have been refreshed and they have new seeds, and I got this beautiful tree from Lowe's. It was only $10, and then I also got these pretty flowers and this adorable kitten with the butterfly. Much everything I have for you in today's video. That is how I'm preparing for spring as a micro homesteader. Hopefully this gives you a little encouragement to start your own little micro homestead, whether it's from your apartment balcony or backyard or wherever you're at. Hope that you get encouraged to have a little green thumb this spring and start planning things, because it is so much fun and it'll bring you so much joy. But let me know what you think of today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!